Hey. Hey, boss. Hey, how are you today? It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Always excited to share things you can do to work on your money, marketing, and sales goals too with strategy and intention. So, yes. Today is day 22 of our 31-day content honey conversation. So, essentially, what I wanted to do for the next few days is talk to you about work in it. When it comes to content creation, I really wanted to shed some light on things that you should work on, right? Especially when it comes to consistency and you really confidently doing what you need to do to consistently put your content out there, right? To build your brand visibility and your business. So, as we dig into day 21 today, come on in, come on in, come on in to the virtual building. Share this out. Sharing is caring. That's what it's all about. Tag at least one business bestie that you know who would love to learn more about content creation, monetization, marketing, and sales. And of course, if you're catching me on the replay side, you can always drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rock. So, all right, y'all, let's do this. Let's rock out. Yesterday, I kicked off the work on conversation and I said, number one, you need to work on your calendars, right? There are a lot of entrepreneurs who come to me looking for clarity around content creation and consistency. And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't get it together. And so one of the things that I kind of alluded to yesterday is I said, I just don't pop on here and just go, okay, well, what I'm going to talk about today, right? I work with my calendars and really process, okay, next month I'm going to do content creation. This month I'm going to talk about sales. I'm going to talk about, blogging, whatever that topic is. I really sit down and map out the topics that go under that core big topic, the subtopics, so that I know what needs to be my focus for the day. And normally I'll break that into, okay, here's a theme, and I'm going to work on this theme for 7 days or for 2 weeks or 28 days, 38 days, 30 days, 31 days, depending upon the length of the month. But creating those calendars really helps me with my consistency. It makes it easier for me to jump on here and share because I'm not just trying to, randomly figure out what I need to say today, but I've got something strategically prepared, right? That was the conversation yesterday. Work on your calendars. I always say you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. And a lot of people go, I can't find the time. Make the time. Make your calendars. And that's one thing that you need to do. Number one. Number two, today, I actually want to dig into this conversation around before you show up for them, show up for you. Before you show up for them, show up for you, right? As an entrepreneur, you kind of have to put your creative hat on. Whether you feel like you're a creative or not, you got to get creative with content marketing so that you're putting out the kind of content that people stop, they look at, they want to save, they want to follow, and they want to share, right? And because of that, a lot of entrepreneurs struggle for a couple of reasons, right? And you can let me know, you can feel free to let me know if any of these resonate with you. Some people struggle with content marketing and content creation because they're listening to them. Other people tell them, well, why are you going to do that? That makes no money. What are you actually doing right now? What are you're doing lives? What do you do? You Twitter? What do you snap? The chappy snap? The snap? What is that? What is that? That's for teenagers. What are you TikTok? You're a grown ass woman. What are you doing on TikTok? You're listening to some people who maybe they don't get you. They're not an entrepreneur. They're 9 to 5. And you're listening to them because you value them, you love them, you want them to see something in you that you maybe aren't completely seeing in yourself. So you're not showing up confidently to create content on social media platforms or what have you, because you've got these people in your mind or in your ears telling you things that honestly are holding you back, right? One of my favorite quotes is never let someone who's never done what you set out to do have the power to discourage you. And when I have my clarity calls with one-on-one clients, a lot of times I will be in situations where they'll say to me, honestly, LaShonda, I want to jump on live. I want to do more video. I want a podcast, but I hate the sound of my voice. And, my aunt or my uncle or my spouse or my girlfriend or my coworker was telling me that I'm crazy. What I'm trying to do doesn't make no sense. They don't get you, right? And so because of that, you get discouraged when it comes to showing up. You want to show up for them, and they don't want you to show up, right? For whatever reason. So you're not showing up. And at the end of the day, I say, look, first, they're going to ask you why, then they ask you how. There are a lot of people who came into my world who didn't quite get what I was trying to do over the years, and they wanted to discourage me. But baby, ain't nobody going to discourage me but me, right? So at the end of the day, I was like, okay. But see, you don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what God told me that I'm set out to do. So you stay over there. I ain't trying to hear you. I got things to do. Show up for you before you show up for them. Because them same people who didn't quite understand why you was trying to do what you doing, once you get it to where you need it to be, honey, they're going to ask you how you did that. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to da-da-da-da. They couldn't see it before. But then once you've paved the way and you made the vision real, now they want to steal your energy. But see, we're not about that life. So number one, I want you to understand that you should never let unqualified people discourage you. Show up for you before you show up for them, right? Another one is there are different types of people that can potentially get in your head and discourage you, right? You can also think about people who you see what they're doing and they discourage you because you like, well, why bother? She already got it on lock. She already got a good bazillion people following her. Why I need to be doing this? It don't make no sense. It's too late. Let me tell you something. Don't get mad at the results you don't get from the work you don't do. Because guess what? Her reality is nothing more than, to me, direction, or not even so much direction, but proof that what you want to do can be a possibility. It exists. It's possible. So here's the deal. I say that to say that sometimes we compare ourselves to others, and I know you already know that comparison is the thief of joy, right? So you're sitting there comparing yourself, and why bother, why bother, why bother? And she keep on moving, she keep on trucking, she keep on doing what she need to do, and you ain't doing Nathan. You've been watching Boo for 6 months or a year plus, and guess what? Just as you have fears, just as you have things that discourage you, just as you have days where you don't want to get up and do nothing, so does she. Her reality may not seem as difficult as yours because it seems like she's ahead of you. But in reality, she in her mind sometimes, she going, why should I be doing this? This ain't working. That was a failure. You don't know what her life is like, right? But guess what? The difference between the two of you is that she's showing up. Regardless of everything that's up in here, she's showing up and you going, well, she got it on lock. Why bother? Guess what? There are billions of people in this world. And even if she got a couple thousand or a couple million on lock, there's still so many more people that have what's the word that need you. There's still so many people that are waiting for you. So number one, when it comes to content, honey, I said to you, I'm going to give you all these great ideas as far as things that you can do to work on content, right? For the next couple of days, we got to work on you working on actually getting out of your own way and creating the damn content, because ideas are great, but implementation is better. Can anybody relate to that? Can anybody drop that into the comment? How many ideas are you going to get before you get off on your ass and implement? Right? Now, yesterday I said to you, I want you to work on creating calendars, because you have to be intentional with your time if you want to get things done. It's just not a wake up and I feel good, let me just drop it and do it. You got to be intentional. You got to be strategic. Calendars work really well. Today, I'm like, before you show up for them, show up for you. And there are three types of people in particular that I want you to think about. Number one, those people who try to discourage you from showing up because they don't get what you're trying to do. The TikToky, Snappy Chat, Live, whatever, right? The 2-bit, the YouTuber. What you doing? How you making money from that? Why you spending money on all these damn people? They don't get your vision. So you're discouraged and showing up because you either hear them internally or externally, and they're discouraging you. Number one, you got the people who you kind of admire to the point where you don't admire you. Where you literally are like, they're so bomb amazing. They've done it all. It's too late for me. And the reality is it's never too late. It's never too late. If you got to mute them to turn up the volume on yourself, then do it, right? Because you cannot think about other people's bank accounts or other people's success and then simply, waddle in that and expect that, maybe one day you're going to motivate yourself to move forward. You kind of have to put blinders on. And sometimes you have to stop watching or listening to those people. If those people are, while they're inspiring you on one level, they're discouraging you on the other, right? Because you don't want to create content. You're like, oh my God, they're so amazing. My stuff could never look like or compare to ... right? That's group number 2. The last group, when I say I want you to show up for you before you show up for them, is the people that you actually wish to serve. The people you actually wish to serve. Because here's the deal. One of my favorite quotes is, I need you to be committed to the process without being emotionally tied to the results. I need you to be committed to the process without being emotionally tied to the results. What does that mean? Some of you start the Content Honey process because it feels good. Feel real good. You like, yeah, girl, I'm about to tip my toe. I'm about to do this damn thing. Content, whoop, whoop. And then you see nobody engaging, or you see a few bodies engaging. And you kind of go, wait, this ain't feeling so good. Oh man, so-and-so got like 500 people. They got like 50,000 likes. I got one view. And I think that one view was me watching it. I got 2 views today. Okay, that was me and my mama, or me and my uncle. So, you start to lose your commitment to the process because you're emotionally tied to the result of showing up for them. You ain't so much interested in showing up for you. You want to show up for them because you want them to come, you want them to like, you want them to share, you want to get as much visibility of that one over there. And if you're not getting it, you emotionally tied to the result. I don't want to do it today. I did it yesterday, and I basically was on live by myself for 30 minutes. And okay, I tried it again this week, and the same thing. I'm doing this live, and I'm on here by myself for 30 minutes. So why am I doing this? Guess what? I'll tell you real talk right now. I probably have maybe 1 or 2 people watching at me, but baby, I'm going to tell you something. When I get clients and they come in and they just dropped $1,000 or $200, they like ready to talk to me. It always makes me giggle on the inside when they say, well, I was watching that video you did. I always say it ain't about all the bodies. It ain't about our body. It's about the right bodies. Because even if the video say it got 15 views, one of those people just dropped $1,000 on me and is working with me. It ain't about all the bodies. It's the right bodies. You got to stay in your lane. You got to focus on your paper. Because see, for me, the reality of the situation is that I've learned how to generate revenue by working with real people and helping those real people get real results. And so I stay consistent. I stay on my grind. I show up and I'm committed because I know the right people will find me. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. The right people energetically will find me because I keep doing what I need to do to put what I need out there. You see, some of y'all, you stop before you start. And in your heart, you do want to do this, but you get discouraged because you're not really showing up for you. You're showing up for the invisible crowds. From day one, I always told myself and I told others who I mentor, do it like everybody's watching. Do it like everybody's watching. Put your foot in it. Add the value. Be consistent. Because if you don't show up for you, it's going to be difficult for you to show up for them. Everybody has to start somewhere, right? And whether you have a huge audience or a really great organic audience, the reality of the situation is everybody got to start somewhere. So if you keep starting and getting discouraged because you're not showing up for you, you're trying to show up for the people who haven't arrived yet, you're never going to arrive. You're never going to arrive, right? So I said to you yesterday, and I've said to you several times as I've been doing these live stream sessions. Last year, I said, LaShonda, you keep saying you want to do lives every day. You want to do lives every day. Why wait until January 1st? Start now. So I don't even know the day I started in December, but I said, start now. Start doing these lives every single day. And from last year, December, to this year, December, I've been doing a live every single day. I did it for me. I did it for me because I wanted to build the habit. I wanted to break the excuse of, girl, I can't find the time. I got to get cute for the camera. It take too long. What am I going to? I had to break all of the misconceptions to make it easy and real for me. And the reality is, whether 50 people watching or 2 people watching or nobody watching, I'm going to do it every day because I'm doing it for me. Work on showing up for you before you try to work on showing up for them. Because the reality is, energetically, if you are doing this for the wrong reasons and you trying to microwave your success to get to a whole lot of people watching you quickly, and if you don't get it, you stop doing it, you're never going to see that degree of consistency that you're looking for. Ultimately, what do you want? Do it for you. Put your foot in it, and people will see the value. You see what I'm saying? So there are a couple of things that I want to talk about when it comes to working on your content, and we're going to continue to have these conversations for the next few days. And I see that you guys have been, I was on my soapbox for a good 15 minutes, y'all. So I was like, I see y'all commenting, but I ain't saying nothing yet. Hey, Sebrina, not everyone can see your vision. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Hey, LaVonne. Hey, Karlyn. Looks like you're home now. Yes. Vacation time has ended. I like knowledge is power, yet the application of knowledge is powerful, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Robin says, amen. Preacher, I was on my soapbox for a minute, Sandra. Hey, Jason. What's up? You have to serve your marketplace. Absolutely. You got to serve. And in order for you to serve, you have to see that it's important for you to understand why you're doing this, right? And be motivated by setting personal goals for yourself that you want to achieve, independent of the social media metrics, independent of the numbers, independent of popularity, independent of being seen on the scene, being able to know that you resonate enough to convert. Now, I believe that you can get big results from a small list. I believe that you can get great results from organic marketing. But I believe that the important key here is, in order for you to do that, you've got to focus on the value of what you're saying and making real connections with people. Because like I said, if I get 10 people watching a live and then one person spends $1,000 with me, that live was worth it. Now, 1,000 people, yeah, great. But if you're getting small numbers and they're actually converting and helping you hit your 4 and your 5 and your 6 and your 7 goals, well, baby, you done the damn thing. You did what you needed to do. If you're getting customers who've been working with you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and you've developed real rapport with people, a lot of the money that I make comes from referrals. Because of my customers coming back, or them telling other people, you need to work with LaShonda, right? And so in those spaces, even if you don't see huge numbers, if organically you are actually making real connection with people, then you're showing up for yourself and them too. And that's the secret sauce to the value. Yes, you can also work on the growth and the huge numbers and all those other things. And it works for a lot of people. But for a lot of people, it doesn't. For a lot of people, they find themselves in spaces where, like, I'm not getting those numbers. So why bother? Why bother? You got to focus on reaching real people, doing the real work, because that's what matters most. Being consistent. Absolutely. Hey, Chastity. Chastity says, what was the quote again? I dropped so many quotes, baby. I don't even know. If you tell me like a word or two, I don't even know what. I know I said, it's not about reaching her body, but the right bodies. I say that all the time, but I'm not sure which one you wanted to know about. Sandra, you have to be present. I did my first live last night. So excited. Yeah, give it up for Sandra, y'all. She did her first live last night. That is absolutely amazing. Yes, yes, and yes. Be real and do the work, right? And we're going to continue to talk about these conversations around things that you need to work on to develop a better habit when it comes to creating your content, honey. But creating calendars, work on your calendars. That was number one. And today, number two, work on showing up for you before anyone else. I said to myself, LaShonda, I need you to show up every day and do a live every single day, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour. I don't tend to go longer than an hour. Usually it's like 5 to 15 minutes. Some days, if I have somebody I'm interviewing, maybe it's like 30 minutes to an hour. But if you can commit 5 to 10 minutes a day, LaShonda, can you do this realistically? And that's what I told me. And that's important because you will find days where you would talk yourself out of stuff if you're trying to show up for the wrong reasons or you're trying to show up for other people. So yes, congratulations to Sandra. You are doing it, and it's just about putting one foot in front of the other, right? One foot in front of the other and making it happen. So I'm going to get off my soapbox, y'all, because so many things to do on my list, and I'm sure on your list too. So thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to continue to talk about things you need to work on when it comes to content, honey, because this is day 22 of the 31-day experience. So of course, as always, don't forget to turn on alerts and notifications so you can see when I'm live, so you can jump on here live with me, number one. Number two, if you've enjoyed today's session, feel free to tap on the hearts, right, the likes, the love, all that good stuff. And I will be right back here tomorrow with another dose of direction. Now, I know, right? Always about breaking it all down. The quote was, show up for you before showing up for anyone else. Yeah, I guess that was the long and short of it, but hopefully that was that it, Karlyn. Showing up for you before showing up for anyone else. I'm not sure if I said something or somebody else said something, but that was the long and short of it, of what you need to work on today. And I encourage you to do that, as I will continue to talk about other aspects of content creation that you should be working on. Chastity said, that's it. Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful and blessed rest of your day. See you tomorrow for another dose of direction. Mwah. Till then, take care.